Now this year, it's all falling in place, right? All the pieces are coming together, not only pieces, but end to end. Private networks are now possible thanks to the underlying technologies and standards in 5G, using network slices or at the edge and access using multiple standards as well as multiple open source projects that allow you to create your own private LTE or private 5G network, right? So the tools are there, standards are there, and open source software is there. I don't need to walk through why private networks are important because, obviously you are utilizing a public infrastructure to carve your own slice and manage your own enterprise or your end use case. To facilitate that from an open source perspective under the Linux Foundation, we have two very important and interesting developments. Let me start off with the first one, which is already in the works, and that's Akraino. Akraino is a LF-Edge project that has multiple blueprints. A blueprint is a tested, validated, compliant end-to-end use case for private networks, private enterprise networks, and it pulls in from the open source hardware and software as well as some proprietary pieces to allow for a solution like that. So so Crano just came out with their fourth release, and there are several blueprints in there which include the private LTE network. There is also another exciting project called Magma, which we just announced moving over to the Linux Foundation. Magma, from an architectural stack perspective, is a packet core that sits on top of orchestration engines like ONAP, etc. But it's a VNF or a CNF, as we call it, microservices based. And it also has use cases that support private LTE. This is clearly more of a micro EPC, which is a cloud native form factor. And the key requirement for private LTE is you have to have multi-tenancy built in. So that's what is included in there. Plus the EPC is distributed with sort of local breakouts so that you can get multiple islands of coverage. And so the solution with Magma that pulls in a lot of fixed and Wi-Fi access wireless currently supports private LTE. As we move forward on Magma, we're going to bring the 4G LTE and the 5G together, right? That allows for a more expanded network. But we are excited to host Magma as part of Linux Foundation and utilize it on the upstream, downstream side for multiple end user projects as well.